Wow, welcome. Okay, so I'm live. This is cool. Um, so I'm doing a YouTube video. Welcome to episode 2 of the Samuel Scroll with your host, Samuel Automatic. Or Sam Hogan. Yeah, this is cool. Okay, so this is new. This is the first, so I've got my Chromebook. Um, yeah, so yeah, my old laptop got broken, but I've got a new laptop now, so I just bought a cheap one. Chromebooks are quite cheap, so I just thought, fuck it, I'll go Chrome, because I don't know, some well, obviously you don't know yet, but I'm doing my scrolls. So there's two scrolls. Well, you got the Samuel scroll. This is what this is. This is the Samuel scroll, but it's broken into two parts. You got the Beast of the Sea scroll and the Beast of the Earth scroll. They're two scrolls. I'm still working it all out, still trying to figure it all out. So all come to light when it's ready. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just sort of going with the flow. But what I used to do was record on my phone and then upload. It take fucking ages, and 4 GB per. So you do 20-minute or half an hour episode, 4 GB. Phone can't handle that. Like, you look at your storage space, you only got 128 GB. At 4 GB an episode, phone can't handle it. So it's like, I'm not very tech savvy and stuff like that. So it's like, where's it all going to go? What are you going to do? But now that I got this Chromebook and Google owns YouTube or Alphabet, Google, YouTube, it's all that. So I'm now doing my first ever podcast on YouTube from a laptop. And because I don't have enough followers or views or anything like that, I'm not allowed to live stream from the phone, but I can do it from my webcam, which is what you're watching. This is on my Chromebook. So yeah, you can buy one of these for like $300, $400, $500. They're the cheapest of the laptops. So I'm just like, wow, it's the first time ever I can go live. And I don't have to worry about storage because I'm using Google servers. Because Google's a $1 trillion company. So yeah, I just thought, wow, this is cool. So this is all new. This is first time, and I'll try and do. So the episode yesterday, upload it takes hours. Whereas this, it's all streaming live, so it's all pretty cool. Yeah, so I don't really know what I'm doing. All I know is I've got to get your practice in. So practice makes perfect, and yeah, I'm a bit rusty and not organized, not nothing. So it's nothing. Well, it doesn't really matter because I'm doing something new. You can't prepare for something. You just have to do something. Podcasting is one of those things. You just got to get out there, get your practice in, and all figure itself out. You just got to have a go. So, so this is episode 2 of the Samuel Scroll. What are we going to talk about? So, I'm creating the Beast of the Sea scroll, Beast of the Earth scroll. And if you want to know what all that is, you have to read the book of Revelations. That's just how it is. So, yeah, that's cool. Oh, yeah, I'm working long days. So I'm working for uh, like because I like doing plumbing and gas fitting. I'm working for the water corp, so got this contract, but it's like long days, long days. So doing like 10-hour days, and it's just like, fuck, not used to doing 10-hour days. You gotta get like way up. So yeah, it's just like by the time you get home, you can't be bothered doing anything. You just want to go have feed, go to bed. It's just yeah. Oh, I had one viewer come and go. That's interesting. Quickly came in, quickly left. Wonder how that works. So very interesting. So yeah, what am I doing? I am going to talk about things. So wow, this is cool. I wonder if I can split the screen so I can read the articles on one side and then look at myself talk on the other side, split the screen. Because if I got to go to this article, I can't see myself now. What if I minimize that? No, it doesn't work. Yeah, so these are things that I work out. If I could split this screen into two, that would be cool. But I can't. So anyway, we're going to go to ABC News, and WA Police Commissioner um, threatens compulsory masks for officers amid unacceptably low COVID vaccination rates. So this was updated 5 hours ago and posted 12 hours ago by Keen Burke. Keen Burke. Who is Keen Burke? Keen Burke joined the ABC Perth newsroom in 2019. He is studying journalism and law at Curtin University. That's only up the road. Keen has worked as a professional photographer, communications marketing, and he's got his Twitter. So anyway, he's written this article. WA police staff who have not received at least one COVID vaccination will be forced to wear masks at work after the police commissioner. So I think the commissioner's name is Chris Dawson. So police commissioner described vaccination rates in the force as unacceptably low and vowed to introduce drastic changes. Um, a internal newsletter revealed almost half of WA police employees were not fully protected against COVID-19, with only 51.6% reporting they were fully vaccinated. That's a lot, man. I think like the average in Australia is less than 10%. So to have a police force over 50%, that's a lot of, oh, I can't really say it, but yeah, that's a lot of vaccine. Um, yeah, you got to bite your tongue a bit when you're doing podcasting, but that's okay. That's just how it is. So I just had a yeah, it was interesting. I had a viewer come and go like that. So yeah, it's interesting. Um, Data harvesting. Anyway, yeah, in total, 64.7% have registered that have received at least one dose. That's high, man. WA has about 7,000 officers and around about 2,300 civilian police staff. Data released by WA Health last week shows much higher rates in vaccination amongst healthcare. More than 80% of healthcare staff are vaccinated. Wow. Uh, No room for complacency. In a video message to staff, the commissioner said he was considering what measures could be used to encourage staff to get vaccinated. Soon, I'll be implementing a policy that any WA police employee who has not received at least one COVID vaccination will be required to wear masks at all times while at work. So the masks are submission masks, it's more like it's a gaslighting tactic to, like, if you see someone wearing a mask, it's like you've submitted. You're in submission. You're in submission. You've It's like you tamed something. So yeah, if you got police wearing masks, it's kind of naming and shaming the police officers who have not been vaccinated while on the job. So it's a gaslighting technique to shame them into getting vaccinated. Should be interesting. I've advised my senior executive and staff that they cannot attend next week's senior management forum unless they've had at least one COVID vaccination. He said it was important for staff to get vaccinated as soon as possible. We cannot get complacent. We must get vaccinated. Bioweapon. He said outbreaks in the eastern states had led to police stations being closed for deep cleaning after blah, blah, blah. Vaccinations not yet mandatory. AMA rejects forced mask wearing. Australian Medical Association spokesman Andrew Miller said while he understood what Commissioner Dawson was aiming to do, forcing masks on people was not the right way to incentivise vaccinations. We don't want masks to be association with negative connotations. This is a gaslighting technique. Um, yeah. Anyway, so that's that article written by Keen Burke of the ABC. Next one. Okay, Prime Minister. What's his name? Scott Morrison. Down, down Labor's plan to boost vaccine rollout with $300 payment. So now they're targeting the poor, welfare, vulnerable, the needy, poor, needy, and sick. So if you're like down on your luck and you need money and stuff, they're trying to incentivize you to get the bioweapon with or the vaccine with $300. Give you $300. There you go. Have a vaccine. The Prime Minister described the Labor Party's proposal to pay people to get vaccinated as a vote of no confidence in Australians. It says to them that any health concerns that they have about the vaccine can be paid off. Totally, totally. And doing it for the cash, I don't think is what would motivate an Australian. It depends how poor you are. I think a lot of welfare. It depends how desperate you are. If you, the carrot, you put a carrot in front of a donkey, you probably might take a bite. Mr. Morrison said rather than a snake bite, it would probably take the snake bite. Mr. Morrison said rather than pay Australians off, he would pay the GP to sit down with them to alleviate their fears. The $6 billion policy announced by Labor leader Anthony Albanese on Monday night would grant the payment to every person who is fully vaccinated by December 1st. Yeah, so that they need the. Well, according to Deagle.com, Australia's population halves by the year 2025. So if you get half the population vaccinated, then half might survive and half might die or disappear by the year 2025, according to the military industrial complex. That's their numbers. So they've probably run, what are they called? Think tanks. Yeah, you run a think tank and you go, okay, if we can get half the population vaccinated by the year 2025, then the numbers for Australia should reduce from 25.5 million down to 15 million. And I've seen the numbers. So it's like, how would you do that? Oh, well, if you get half the population vaccinated, then half the population decreases. Now, is that from being vaxxed or unvaxxed? Time will tell. But time will tell. All right, we're off to the Guardian now. Australia, no jab, no pay. Rule as little as. Uh, anyway, the mining industry, which is the backbone of Australia, are now doing no jab, no dig. So if you're digging for iron ore and you're on a minimum 100 grand a year to, if you get a job in the mines in Western Australia, you're getting minimum six figures. You'll start off at 110,000. But if you want that, they call it the golden handcuffs, because it's a lot of money to do fuck all. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You just need to do a couple of week course even as a laborer, and then bang, you're on 100 grand a year. Long hours, 12-hour days and that, but it's money. It's a gravy train. It's the golden handcuffs, because you can't get that money in Perth. You're not going to get that money. You go on the mines, you're going to get exorbitant amount of money, and the long days, but you're not really working that hard. Yeah. Anyway, but if you want those jobs, you have to get jabbed. There's the catch. You want those six-figure money? Okay, roll up your sleeve, take the snake bite, and then let's see if Deagle.com military industrial complex comes true. We'll see. If the unvaxxed are going to disappear or the vaxxed are going to disappear. We will see. All right, next article. I might just close these as I go here. I might read that one later. Okay. Oh, yeah. Premiership skipper becomes the first Eagle to reach 300 game milestone. So Shannon Hearn, he's got like a nickname, like Bunger or something like that. Well, he's the first West Coast Eagle to ever play 300 games, and he's done that. So they're making merchandise and stuff for him. Premiership captain Shannon Hearn. So this article from the Australian, written by Courtney Walsh. Is already a giant in football in the West. Come Saturday night, he'll stand alone as an Eagle. For all champions to walk through the door at West Coast, Hearn is the first to reach 300 games, a testament to the durability of a player whose class was confirmed long ago. So he's a veteran. He's a veteran West Coast Eagle AFL football player. So Dean Cox made 290 games, Glenn Jekovic 276, and Darren Glass hung up the boots at 270. So he's hit 300 games. I think a lot of these guys are all backliners, like defenders. So I think Hearn's a defender. I'm not very learned in AFL, but it is the national sport. So it's Australian national sport. That's just what it is. Yeah, you can read and read and read. See, there's gaps here. Probably boring it at death, but so new for me. Okay, on to Forbes now. So meet Paragon. So there was an Operation Ironside. It took down like a lot of people, and the NSO. It's all Israeli. Oh, I call them blue hats. It's the Secret Service of Mossad, Israel. Um, so anyway, just say blue hats, okay? So when I say blue hats, that's what I mean. So the blue hats created, so the NSO group, which is a blue hat organization, created, what did they create? They created software, spyware called Pegasus software, and that took down a lot of people. A lot of people got hit with Pegasus um, on their mobile phones. It just means that this is a wire, and if it's turned on, even if you're not calling or anything, it's doing its thing. Um, but anyway, they've created a new one called Paragon, and that one can now hack into Signal, Telegram, and all your encrypted apps. So people who thought that well, a lot of questionable conversations and private conversations aren't private. A lot of people think they're, oh, I'm using this. It's all a honey trap. It's all honey trap. The whole thing's a honey trap. So yeah, you think you're using a privacy based thing. No. The best privacy is, it's like wearing high vis. You know, if you're wearing high vis, people just go like, you know, the more visibility you have, everything's backwards, everything's back to front, you know. So anyway, let's see what Paragon's up to. So yeah, so Pegasus, Paragon, and the NSO. Okay, meet Paragon, an American-funded super secretive Israeli. uh, Just when you hear the word blue hat, think Israel. Okay, okay. Super secretive blue hat surveillance startup that hacks WhatsApp and Signal. So these meant to be encrypted hats. I'm sure it does Telegram as well. Paragon Solutions doesn't have a website. There's very little information at all about them online. Even if the Tel Aviv, okay, so Tel Aviv, so you got Silicon Valley in San Francisco, you've got Shenzhen, which is in China, and you've got Tel Aviv, which is in Israel. So they're all Silicon Super Valley. Silicon Valley. Yeah, even if the Tel Aviv based smartphone surveillance startup employees are all over LinkedIn, more than 50 of them, that's not a bad headcount for a company that is still in stealth mode. Yeah, I really find this stuff fascinating. But it does have a co founder, the director and chief shareholder that will turn heads, Ehud Schneerson, a former commander of Israel's NSA equivalent. So the NSA is no such agency, and it became such an agency when Edward Snowden blew the whistle back in 2013 about the spying, really, on unsuspecting citizens. Okay, known as Unit 8200. Oh, yeah, so Unit 8200. So you got Mossad and Unit 8200. The other co founder, so this is like military intelligence. Okay, other co founders CEO Aidan Nurik, CTO Igor Boglulov, and Vice President of Research Lihad Avraham are ex Israeli intelligence too. There you go. Mossad, Unit 8200, the IDF. It's all blue hat anyway. Okay. Also on the board is co-founding director and former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak. You have to whisper that name. Okay. They also have a significant America financial backer, Boston, Massachusetts-based Battery Ventures according to two senior employees at companies in the Israeli surveillance industry who spoke on the condition of anonymity, um, this privacy. The venture capital business put in between $5 and $10 million US through battery, declined to comment on the nature of the investment, which is only mentioned in brief on the company's website. Okay, Paragon product will also likely get spyware critics and surveillance experts like rubbernecking. It claims to give police the power to remotely break into encrypted instant messaging communication, whether it's on WhatsApp, Signal, Facebook Messenger, or Gmail. The industry source said one other spy industry executive said it also promises to get longer lasting access to a device even when it's rebooted. Oh wow, that's cool. The startup, founded in 2019, is quietly building up steam at a time when its ilk in the smartphone hackers for hire industry are under heavy fire. Pegasus project. Okay, so that was Pegasus, Paragon, Operation Ironside. Um, a coalition of non-profits and global publications this month claimed to have uncloaked worldwide surveillance on journalists, lawyers, and high-profile elected politicians. So I think even Jeff Bezos from Amazon got hit with Pegasus via WhatsApp through MBS, which is Mohammed bin Salman or Bone Salman, who is in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, so if you're a big fish, we're living in pretty wild times anyway. Lawyers and high-profile elected politicians. Best known spyware provider NSO Group. The company CEO has rebuffed claims that the projects. Blah blah blah. Okay. Yeah. So MBS. Anyway, the wife of murdered journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Yeah, that was the whole MBS thing. That's why it's called Bone Salman. And French President Emmanuel Macron. The French government has also begun an investigation in this world probe. Yeah, so pretty much everyone's spying on everyone. That's just welcome to the 21st century. There's no privacy. Even before the Pegasus project, Microsoft President Brad Smith warned the $12 billion industry is representing a threat. Yeah. Anyway, that's Pegasus. Okay, what is Pegasus? Oh no, that was Paragon. What is Pegasus? So Paragon spies onto just all your phones anyway, and then Paragon gets all your encrypted apps. So all apps, all phones are hackable. End of discussion. Oh yeah, so with my podcast, so remember I was talking about I'm going to go 128 gigs. Well, I can buy these scan discs. They're like a USB stick, so I can get like, yeah, I might get like 128 gigabyte one, and then I can, which is as much. It's an, so it's a USB stick, but it plugs into the, what is it, USB C. So USB C is what you use to charge Android devices or mobile phones, but then it's got on the other side a USB that plugs into your computer, and then you can put information in between. So what would be cool? Oh, if I'm doing let's just say I do podcasts on my phone, then I can put it onto my thumb drive as storage. So I got a copy. Yeah, so this jumps between phone and laptops and desktops. and it's called a USB flash drive that can go a USB-C type. So yeah, I might get that, have a go. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyway, that's it for today. I've gone for half an hour, so thanks for listening. Like, share, subscribe, dislike, and yeah, I'll get better at this. I'm just gonna keep practicing. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you on the next Beast of the Sea podcast. Thank you. Bye.